Am I actually live this time?
Yeah, act like nothing happened.
Act like nothing happened!
We're not here. You're not there! Never. 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 Hello? Hello? Mama, can you hear me? We are not alive. Oh, yeah, we are. Mama, can you? Yes! Oh, we got it right this time. Praise Jesus. Everybody thought we forgot him. Oh, we got it right. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Gee willikers. Gee golly gee.
Chrissy said hi there, beautiful.
Who said that?
Chrissy.
Hi.
Now that we're actually live,
Hi, Tivoli.
this is like take 7. Cameron was struggling with Facebookie, and he couldn't make it go live. So we're here now. Where's all my friends at? Alright, so this is part 2 of the Duckie Live Box. This should finish up this tumbler. We are going to do the ghetto Powerwash, and I say that because we're not going to actually use Dawn Powerwash because I know not everybody has it. So we're going to improvise. We're going to get creative. And we're going to have fun with it. So, of course, if you have Dawn Powerwash, you could totally do it with Dawn Powerwash. One area of focus that you do want to have is you do want an area of white in the middle where you're going to put your water slide. So you do want to have a strong area where you have like a solid white. And for the rest of it, you could just kind of do bubbles at the top and the bottom if you want. You could do a little bit in the middle. But, like I said, you want to make sure that you have a white spot for your water slide to go onto. I've got to go find my water slides. I left them in the living room.
Can you do me a favor and just say, just keep talking real quick?
He wants me to keep...
Test.
He's trying to make sure that my words match my mouth and we're not a Japanese movie switched over into English. He's trying to make sure that my words matching. Hi, Jocelyn. What? I thought of you today and found 2 shelves full of Dawn Powerwash in a store near us. They don't, says Dana. They do not match. Yes, I have Dawn Powerwash. And if you have Dawn Powerwash, you can actually refill your bottles. You just need some water and some Dawn dish soap. And then you can put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in there, just so it foams a little bit better. And then you shake it up, and then you're ready to go for more. The refill bottles. Hi, Dana. So Cameron's actually editing the audio and the video so that the audio and video sync up. So you don't see me doing like this and then hear me talking. So he's working on that. But look, this is Tubby time. This is what I call it when I take a bath. Tubby gets in the tub to tubby time. This is what I do, yeah. So, how's everybody's duckies coming along? These are my ducks after I did, it actually looks like real bubbles. Because if you look at it, the super glue makes it look like bubbles in there. It makes it look like the little white bubbles. So if you had any extra residue from your super glue, it's just going to help add the look of bubbles.
Right,
so
do me a favor. Do like a, hey, welcome to the live box. Like it is an introduction, because I'm going to crop the video to where it starts again.
Okay, so Cameron wants me to do an introduction. So just
3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, welcome to the live box.
Stay down.
Did I do it right?
Yes.
Did I do a good job?
Welcome back.
Welcome
to part
back
2
to part 2 of the Duckie live box. Sorry. I can't help it. I'm just awkward. I can't not do it. I can't not be weird. I can't not. I can't not. I don't know. Anyways. Cameron's like, I'm over.
Heather's special.
I'm very special. I wonder if my daughter's listening to Sweet Caroline still
Hi,
on
Burnett.
repeat.
So we're going to be doing the Dawn Powerwash side first, right?
Yes. So we are going to go outside. So I'm going to show you guys here how I'm actually going to make my bubble concoction. Like I said, if you have Dawn Powerwash, or even if you have a foaming hand soap, you could use that too. You don't have to use like what I'm doing. This is just for anybody who can't find Dawn Powerwash or wants to know another way that they could do it without having to buy the Dawn Powerwash. So I've got one of Bubble's sippy cups, and the only reason I chose one of Bubble's sippy cups is because it's plastic, and we're going outside on concrete. And the concrete, if I take a glass out there, the soap makes it really slippery. And I don't want to break glass. I'm really bad about breaking glass all over the floor. So, I'll probably break it on camera and then stab myself in the foot with it. So, I've got some Dawn dish soap. I'm going to put a lot in the bottom of this, just so you guys know. So, there's going to be a lot. And the more soap you have, the thicker your bubble concoction is going to be. And I do have a bottle of water. This is not Aquafina. I drank it all, and then I added tap water.
So what are you making?
I'm making the bubbles. Alright, so then I'm gonna mix it. If I was a witch, this is how I would stir my brew. No. Oh, okay.
It's a beatboxing blueberry. It's a beatboxing blueberry.
Alright, so I have a super thick concoction here. So just to give you an example of what I'm going to be doing with this, because there's not going to be a lot of light outside, so I kind of want to show everybody what I'm doing in here, so that has to be plugged in though, doesn't it?
Carry on. You have no idea what I'm doing.
Alright, so I've got it in there, and I got a straw. This is a Dunkin' Donuts straw because we visit Dunkin' Donuts on a daily basis.
Frequent.
Yeah. So I got the bubbles, and then I'm gonna put them on my tumbler like that, and you could even blow them over the top and onto your tumbler. You can pick them up and put them on there, and then we're gonna spray paint it, okay? Now, you see these bubbles are super thick. They're not exactly like Dawn Powerwash, but it's pretty close. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then we just spray paint it. So,
we're going to swap audio over and we're going to go outside.
Yeah, we're going to go outside.
So audio is going to cut out for a second.
They
You should be able to hear us now, but I think it's going to be... Let's see... The sound should be back, but...
Oh my God, there's a bug in here. It's gonna die. It's gonna eat me. It's a bug. Now I can hear. Whoop. They can hear. Yes. Miss Judy said she could hear. Jocelyn said Facebook has given me some issues. Oh, jeez, I keep spilling my bubbles on me. Bubbles, bubbles. Hi.
It's obviously letting me show you.
You want to just join in on my phone?
What about now?
Sound is off again.
Hold on.
Sound is off again. Now it's back on. So Cameron is trying to figure out how to switch the audio over to his phone from the computer so that we can go outside and you guys can hear me. Now, if they can't hear me, it's probably not the end of the world. Because it's mostly they're just going to be seeing what I'm doing. And it's going to be super fast anyways, so. Still working for now. I wish I could join my own live. That would be nice. See if you can join it. You're back! That would be nice, my nice friend. I'm back! Cameron's working on the audio. Oh my god. And then we'll come back to where the audio is.
Guys, you're going to be able to go and actually see what we're doing, but you won't be able to hear us.
Yeah, and then when we come back, you will be able to hear us again.
Because I don't know why it's not allowing the
audio's not going to be able to follow us on the phone. So, we're going to go outside. We're going to blow the bubbles. We're going to put the bubbles on there and spray paint real quick. And then all we're going to be doing. And then we're going to be doing inside. I'm going to hang it up. And you should be able to hear us again. And we'll work on our topper.
Oh wait, is it working now? I think it's working now. Can you guys hear that? So just real quick, let me know if you can hear everything. Because this is through my phone now, so it should be working.
Yeah, and then when we come back, you will be able to hear us again. We're gonna... Yeah, I hear the audio still. Come on. Are we going to the front door, the garage?
Whatever you want to do.
Put them there for you. I've got to go and get the spray paint on the front porch. It's hiding. What's this?
I don't know, but she just stabbed it.
I was asking what it was, because it was going to be a stabbing for me. Alright.
Just keep in mind we can't see comments, so if you guys are saying anything to us, we can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Can't read what you're saying.
Cannot see. I'm going to get white spray paint out right now.
Yes.
Hey, there's some water in there. There's bugs. Got to close the door.
I had one job.
He was raised in a barn. Alright. Let me spray my cars.
Grass.
Bucket of water's over there. Bucket of water over here. Yes. And then we can spray the Prius and the, what is that stone?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so. Alright. Yeah, there's some guts in there. Alright.
Oh, my bubbles is falling off. Oh no, I hope you don't fall.
Alright, so Bublé's there. Bublé's. Hands are kind of slippery. This is difficult, but it can be done. Now wash. mind me, neighbors. Just cooking mess. It's fine. I don't always do things darkness of night, but when I do, it's mess. I'm making drugs. Alright, so I do want a white spot. I'm not awkward, you're awkward. Cameron, you spray it. You spray it. Alright, we got the method, but it's just not perfected, right? Just wipe it off. Just takes a bit more. They're just watching us. I guess. They're just sitting there. I don't always make mess. When I do this while I'm recording. Now that it's all wet, it's not really sticking. Alright, hold on now. I'm gonna go get my damn power wash. I'll be back.
So, was that a failed method?
It was a failed method, damn it. You could do it, but you just gotta do it all at once. I'll be back. Oh, dang it. Cool. Alright, Carrie. We don't do it again. You just want to make sure it's just kind of dried off. Maybe I should wash it off. What you think? Mine? Yeah. I don't hear Sweet Caroline no more. Wash the soap off, Carrie. Oh.
Are you acting like that TikTok lady?
Yes. Did I do a good job? No.
Yeah. I knew who you were.
Oh, I do hear Sweet Caroline. Love this song. Is everybody listening? Effing at me. Look what they're saying.
It just says I can hear you.
Hi. What's she doing? Yeah. Oh, I was just kidding, man. I was out here doing on the tiki-taki and you just came up and I thought you were thinking I was making meth or something. Alright, get your spray paint. Slack in, damn it. Alright, now we got done power washing. We just gonna spray it all over there. Alright now. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness, get the bottom. Oh gosh. Alright, we gotta do it again, right there now. Yeah, there we go. Okay. My neighbors hate me, by the way. Just kidding. Alright, now do one like kind of, yeah, that's where the duckie's gonna go. That's where the water slide's gonna go. All right, we're cooking with some oil. Maybe. All my TikTok friends think that, or my Facebook friends think that I'm on crack. It's meth, it's not crack. Get it right. Take myself inside. Now.
I'm behind you. Relax.
Right. What am I doing? Did everybody leave me? Is anybody still hanging on? Anybody? Everybody leave.
8 minutes ago, somebody said something.
That means that everybody left.
We are not
Everybody left. No, there's 17 people. Hello! Why not use Powerwash method? So the reason I tried to do something different than the Dawn Powerwash method is because in the live box, the Powerwash didn't come in it. And I know that we're scarce on Dawn Powerwash here. It's like a new thing. I think people are drinking it. So it's hard to find. Now, I have Dawn Powerwash, but I refilled my bottle with just the regular Dawn in it and some water and then some isopropyl alcohol. So that's the reason why I have it, but I can't really find it here anywhere. Every time I order it on Walmart delivery, I never get it, and Amazon is like crazy expensive for it. So that's the only reason why I was trying a different method, as opposed to just using the Dawn Powerwash to begin with. Now, you can use, if you see like the foam soap dispensers, you can also use the foam soap dispensers. You could refill those as well with Dawn dish soap, isopropyl alcohol, and some water. You could use that if you can't find Dawn Powerwash. But that was the only reason why I was trying a different method, and that was just because I know not everybody can find it. So, yeah, that's all. So, it's behind me. I'm not sure if any of you were there for the awkward encounter with my neighbor, but it was somewhat comical. I would say it was rather comical. He's like, wait, what am I doing? His meaning was I was going to ask you what the hell you were doing, but I decided I didn't want to go there because it looked like you were talking to yourself. So, yes. So part 2 of this is, the second part we're going to work on is the topper. So we have the duck. This is the bottom of it. If you remember, I just kind of shoveled in some of the glitter, which is Tubby Time, which is a custom mix. We just kind of shoveled it in around the edges where the ducks and the bubbles were. We did glue the bubbles together just long enough so that we could get a layer of epoxy on them so that they would hold together until the epoxy would set. Now, I know that some people had some issues with the super glue, and if you look in there, you can actually see where there's white spots, and that is actually where the super glue is up around the edges. Once I put epoxy on that, it really just makes it look like little suds underneath and around the bubbles. So I think it adds some character to it, and also adds a little bit of a realistic look to it. Like the ducks are just kind of like scrub-a-dub-a-dubbing in there. Will you look in the living room for the water slides? There's 2 Duckie water slides that I made. Now, in everybody's box, everybody has the same ducks water slide. The water slide, I did make a custom water slide. There was the ad for the duck live box did have a picture of someone else's tumbler, and that was just for inspiration purposes, but I did make the water slide in the file itself. This is the duck. He's super cute. Dear autocorrect, it is never duck. I added a bunch of extra bubbles around, and if you want to, and you want to add some bubbles around your tumbler, I can send the file to you if you want to do that. It would look pretty cool if you did. So that is my duck. Now, for the second part of my lid, I need to look for my super glue. We look in the... There's the adhesives box somewhere amongst... Oh, what's up? No. No, it's not this one.
Oh no, I hope I don't fall.
So when we actually made the coaster part, the topper, we put the magnets in the bottom of them. Now, I did lose my magnets, the ones that came in my box, but I had some other ones. And the only reason why I say that is because they are a little bit smaller. So everybody should have had like 5 or 6, I think it was like 6 magnets that came in your box. So the way that I could tell where my magnets are is I can actually stick my magnets on there. So depending on your lid and where you actually placed your magnets is going to depend on how many you need. And the reason I say that is you do want, so we are going to be gluing this magnet end down into your lid. So this little mouthpiece right here is where you want to be the opening of your mouth hole. And you want your magnets to come in contact with your lid so that it does sit securely on your lid. So back here at the back where I have mine placed, it is actually, one of them is sitting right here on this lid sliding piece. So it is going to make it a little bit easier when it comes to attaching them because it is actually touching there. So what I'm going to do, if you have your super glue, you can use your super glue. This right here is E6000. I don't think I have any more actual super glue. I used it all for my bubbles. You can also use UV resin for this if you have UV resin. Liquid Fusion kind of takes too long to dry. I'll just use... I use my E6000. It doesn't take that long to dry. So I'm going to open up my E6000. Your super glue is definitely going to work best here. So I'm going to put a dot once I make sure that this is open and I can get some more glue out. I'm going to make sure that I get a good little dot of glue on this magnet. I'm going to do one at a time just to make sure, because I know this one in the back does make contact with my lid right here. So I'm going to make sure
It's all stuck.
I just need a little bit out, please. Can you just play nice? And the E6000 dries relatively quickly. It's not as quick as super glue, but it's pretty quick. It's a little bit faster than Liquid Fusion. And it does have a really secure hold. One day it's gonna come out. Oh, the technical difficulties. I was waiting to see if you made one saying, "Dear Heather's phone, it's never duck." Right? Me and Fawn go back and forth, and she laughs all the time when I can't say the F word because my phone automatically changes it to duck. Because it doesn't like me. And it thinks it's funnier as duck. It's not gonna come out for me.
You need to play with it?
Yeah.
Hand me tweezers.
Hey, Kev. Make the super glue work. It needs some power from a man. Big burly man. Here's some. I don't have any other, like, glue. I could use, like, a hot glue. And, like, stick it down. That might work. And then, like, glue it down. We'll try that. Oh, you got it? Sweetness. All right. Ooh, you got it all warm. All right, so which one am I on? So I'm gonna stick a dot of glue. That's just all stuck. Stick some glue right there on my magnet on one side of it, and I'm going to make sure that it is placed correctly so that I can get a straw in there. I left my straw outside. Oh, there's one. If for some reason you do have a little bit of a tight squeeze, you can definitely sand. Oops, I broke off one of the ducks.
Whoops. I'm sorry, Duck.
You could sand down your mouthpiece if for some reason you have a little bit of a snug fit. So I'm going to take these magnets off. I have a guesstimate of where they need to be, and 2 does work well there. And I'm going to stick it where my glue spot is on there. And then I'm going to do a little bit more glue around it to make sure that it's nice and secure. Ooh. E6000 stinks, by the way. Smells awful. And then I'm going to use my little poker here to move some of the glue around to make sure it has a nice bead around the bottom of it. Now, that will take a little bit for it to dry. It's not going to take super long, but I want to make sure it's nice and secure before I go and stick this topper back onto it, because those magnets are going to pull it, and then when I detach it, it is going to pull it a little bit more. I'll probably take, I was going to take this apart, but I don't want to mess this up. Alright, so while that is doing that, I'm going to, everybody's duck water slide should be cut out for the most part. Yes, this is a box cutter. I'm improvising. My cup should be remotely dry right now. I can never find scissors in my house. If you ask me what the most missing item is in my entire house, including my craft room, it is scissors. They go missing everywhere. Now, I did seal these water slides. I seal all the water slides that I sell on my Etsy store. as well as any that I send in with the live boxes. My water slides are printed with a laser printer, so they don't have to be sealed. However, I seal them just so they're easy to apply. So I do have a somewhat solid section right here where my spray paint is, and I'm just going to slide my water slide off of the paper backing. And onto my tumbler. Getting it all on that portion of my tumbler that has that white on it. Now, if it is not white enough for you there, you can go back behind it with some acrylic paint and add some acrylic paint under it, or even some white alcohol ink. That is what it looks like. Wait, which camera am I on? It's on this one. This one. So that's what it looks like. And I'm just going to press it out with my finger to smooth it out onto my tumbler. Just smoothing out any bubbles that are on there. That is what it looks like. Super adorable. And I am going to go back in with a paper towel and some of my acetone. Now you can use 91% isopropyl alcohol if you want. And I am going to clean up some of the edges where some of my spray paint ran or went a little rogue on me. And that's actually just going to accent your bubbles. Because you don't want it to look as though you intentionally sprayed that spot white just for your water slide. So I'm just going to go in and touch up some of those areas. And then you want to make sure that you do clean up some of your areas just a little bit where your spray paint was. And what that's going to do is it's going to make sure that it is clean so that your glitter sparkles nice and bright once you epoxy it. And if you lightly go over some of your spots, you'll notice that some of your speckling from the paint will actually start to show through a little bit better. Because what it's doing is it's removing the thinner spots of the spray paint instead of like your full bubble space. It's going to remove the thinnest spot of the spray paint on your tumbler first. And you could even do this with a Q-tip too if you want.
For more accuracy.
Yeah, for more accuracy. And I'll probably touch up more of the Dawn Powerwash more around the duck. Once I epoxy it.
Welcome to the party, Victor.
Victoire, where have you been? The bottom is looking nice. It's looking adorable. I think I'm gonna go in a little bit more under my water slide. So once if you want to do whiter under it, you just peel that bad boy off, lay it over there to the side, and I'm just going to, now that I have somewhat the shape of my water slide, I'm just gonna go around the edges a little bit more.
And this is the reason you could do that with the water slide is because of the way that we sealed them.
Yes. So my water slides are sealed with Plasti Dip as well as matte clear. Alright, so you see I've got my little round circle. Where is my white acrylic paint? Do I want to use acrylic paint or do I want to use alcohol ink?
I would think the alcohol ink would keep it from sticking to the water slide, right?
So acrylic paint, when it is wet, it reactivates it and it makes it all wet and yucky again. I'm gonna use Black Bear's white alcohol ink. And if you use alcohol ink, only alcohol is going to somewhat, I guess, reactivate it. So I'm gonna put some alcohol ink on there.
Can you come with us?
And I'm just gonna dab, dab, dab. Dab it on there. And that's just gonna give me a wider background for my water slide. Clean up my edges. And that's just so my duck doesn't look more green than yellow. And a lot of people ask me, why do you seal it? If it doesn't have to be sealed or if you have a laser printer. So with laser printed water slides, they do tend to, the ink can somewhat flake off. And the reason it flakes off is because it's a powder that is actually kind of baked onto your paper. So I'm going to make sure that's nice and dry. Now, if you use acrylic paint, be careful because the acrylic paint will get back wet whenever you put your wet water slide back onto it. Alright. Make sure to clean off my edge. Wet it again. Alright. Mr. Duckie. Back on there you go. Make sure it's straight. And he's much more yellow now than he was before. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to trim around him a little bit more. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. Now, there are a few more Duckie Live boxes on the Black Bear website. And our next box, which is the Halloween box, is also listed on the Black Bear website. Dab, 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 dab. Rub, rub, rub. Wet my napkin. Make sure my duckie's all good. You can see I'm very rough with my water slides. And there he is in his glory. Isn't he beautiful? Super cute. And I'll probably go back after I epoxy over him, and I'll probably do a little bit more power wash up and around here where I can control it a little bit more. Just so there's not any super empty spaces. I do want it to somewhat look like there's not a ton of bubbles around the duck. So I just want it to be an outline kind of where the duck is. So for the most part, he is all done. He will dry. You do want to let your water slide dry for at least 3 or 4 hours, in my opinion, before you actually epoxy. And the reason I say that is because I have had where I was in a rush and I epoxied over a somewhat still damp water slide. And what it did underneath the epoxy was it kind of crinkled and wrinkled under the epoxy. And once that bad boy is set, there is no going back. It is best to wait. You could even put it in front of a fan and maybe doing it in an hour or so. Try to give it as long as you can. I'm going to let mine sit overnight before I even think about epoxying him. And then tomorrow I'll go back and I'll do a little bit touching up of the Dawn Powerwash method on there. Just to give it a little bit of a sprucing up. Alright, so our E6000 is super set on there. It takes about 10 minutes or so before it super sets. And I'll probably still have to go back and, yeah, see, it's not. Well, you could grab my UV resin and my UV light. If I had my glue, my super glue, definitely use more super glue for it. E6000 just isn't working for me. And what you could do, instead of doing the glue, so that you could see where you want, where your magnet is supposed to go, you can dot this with like a marker, and then, or some alcohol ink, like this, and while the alcohol ink is still wet, you can get a good eye of where it's supposed to be. It's over there somewhere, thanks. So the UV resin is going to set a lot harder than my E6000. But if you have super glue, the super glue is going to work very well. It's going to work better than this. There we go. Alright, so this is the Counterculture UV light and UV lamp. If you actually press and hold the button, it stays on instead of turning off. And both lights will come on and it'll actually stay on the entire time. Mr. Duckie, you fall off. You sit there. Alright, so UV resin, UV resin. I'm going to line up my topper, and then I'm going to put it over my lamp. This is so much easier with super glue. And you can also epoxy over your magnets just to make sure that they don't go anywhere.
Yay! Surprise!
Bear, I can't read that far. Get a box.
Is that what she said?
Got a box.
Yes!
I stopped the music because it drove me nuts.
You could hear it?
Yes.
Oh. Well, then, you're no fun. You're a party pooper. Come on. And so what would really be cool is if you flip this over and you decided that you want to do some glow on the bottom of it, that would be super cool too. I think that would be awesome. And then it would be a glowing Duckie topper. How awesome would that be?
The bubbles would be glowing.
The bubbles would be glowing. I think that would be super adorbs. Adorable. Got a box. Dana got a 25-pound gift card.
No.
Oh, gift.
From the hubby via Blackberry.
Whoa. You lucky ducky. Alright. Let's glue this duck back on there. Mr. Duck, you gotta go back home. You can't stay here anymore.
So the super glue that people got in the box, would that have worked?
Yes, the super glue that everyone got in the box would have worked, but I ran out. I used it all yesterday. Where did you go? I think you were right here. Were you right
So in other words, if they were going to attach the magnets, they would need a little more glue than what...
Yes, I used a ton of glue, but I mean, when I did it, I used a ton of the... I wasn't thinking about the magnets when I did it. So, I should have saved some, but I didn't. I forgot it. Alright. Do my UV resin from the top. Make it drop. And how about that note? I cried. Aww. Aww. That's so sweet. Why does it look like my table's glowing? I feel like...
It is. It's got glow powder in it.
Oh yeah, it does. I did it and I didn't remember. I need to do another layer of epoxy on it and then put the plastic over it.
Okay.
That's what I need to do. So I'm just like, I've got to do another layer of epoxy. It'll be fine.
It's only like 2 pounds worth.
Yeah, only 2 pounds worth of epoxy. Of Counterculture's epoxy. Duh. And then when I do probably when I do more white or whatever, well, I don't know if I'm going to do any more white. The duckies are bathing in the sun with their bubbles. They are cute. I like them. right, my friends. So that one is touching. So once you have it down and it is stuck, nice and good, this one needs another magnet. So I'm gonna take this one off and I'm gonna stick another one of these. And then I'm going to stick this one back on. And then I'm going to magnetize that. So that is where it needs to be. I do more UV resin. Then I put it, magnetize that, press it down. Oh my gosh, Etsy is going bonkers. It's so sweet. £25 box. But you know that he had to go through all of her glitters to see which ones she had and which ones she didn't. The thought behind it was impeccable. Did Victor just say that's because Etsy is so extra? Mm-hmm. You have no idea, Victor. None. No idea at all. Alright. So, now that I've got my magnets stuck very well on there, I'm going to take off the extras. Okay? And I'm going to glue them to this side. Because we're not going to be as vigorously, you know. And then you don't want to accidentally lose one of them. And then it not magnetize right. So we're going to do it this way. My duck still fell off. Bad Duckie. He's a bad Duckie. I feel like everybody is so quiet. Either they all think that I've lost my mind, or I don't know.
It's probably just it.
Oh, they think that I've lost my mind. Mm-hmm. That makes me feel better about my life. Thanks, Cameron.
But
thanks, Karen!
No, they're working so hard on their Duckie box that they're just being quiet.
Are you sure?
Victor said you can duck off.
Nuh-uh, you can duck off.
I don't give a duck about you or anything that you do.
I literally spent like 10 minutes trying to say the correct word once.
Girl, I don't duck with you.
Alright, so then it magnetizes on there. It's magical.
Hi, Corey.
Ta-da! It's a masterpiece. Yay!
And if you want to secure more magnets, you can. I think I got all of my magnets. I have a ton of magnets now. It's just finding them all. That is difficult some days. It's kind of like my brain. It's hard to find. And my pants. Sometimes. Sometimes my pants are hard to find because I've outgrown a lot of them. We were watching you from, what does that say?
Very nice.
And on the drive home. What? That's because, oh, wait. I missed a lot. A masterpiece, like your face. What? Corey, have you started your box yet? Have you? Huh?
Carrabba's.
That was... Oh, Carrabba's. Oh, I love Carrabba's. That was more than 10 minutes. That was an entire day episode of Ducks. and you know what's funny, Fawn, is once I meant to say duck to my mom, and it said the other word. And I'm like, really, Phone? It's like it just hates me at times. And it's like, oh, you meant to say fuck? Well, we're going to say duck. And you want to say fuck? We're going to say duck. It likes to swapperoo on me, and it is not the nicest. It's those awkward conversations with your mom, and you have to explain why you dropped the F-bomb while asking about how her fucks were.
Because she actually has ducks.
Because she actually has ducks. Yeah.
Hey, Mom, how are the fucks? I mean ducks.
I mean ducks. That's what I meant. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing.
Ducks. I'm sorry.
That was a fun conversation with my mom. Not really. So yeah. There is our topper.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's kind of heavy. This topper is. But I think all of them for the ducks are heavy. And then, ta-da!
Isn't she cute?
She's cute. It just needs some epoxy. I think it's adorable.
That's the top and an angle.
Because that's just how it is.
Nice. Nice.
I will have to screenshot the next time my phone gets a mind of its own when I'm talking to my dad. Yeah, mine does that. At the most inopportune times, too. Like, oh, you went to church today, yeah? Oh, how was that? Are your fucks doing good today? Jesus. We love Jesus. I sent my Jesus to Canada. Cameron was ready to kill me yesterday. Like most of the people in my house. Yes. So, this is our Duckie live box. Post pictures of how yours look. I hope all of you have a wonderful weekend. We will most likely come live at some point this weekend. I want to do the alphabet mold with a bunch of different glitters for Bubbles because he is actually pointing out like the letters O, A, B, D, P. So I want to do the molds, and then I also want to do like the B blue. I want to do blue. So we'll go through a bunch of our glitters that we have from some of the companies that we are an ambassador for, and we'll make a mold with the alphabet with a bunch of different glitters. I'm behind in mine. Work is crazy. It's Fawn's Duckie live box. That is correct. This is Fawn's Duckie cup. She has claimed it. I'm pretty sure Fawn has ducks, so that makes sense. So yeah, I hope to see you this weekend. I hope you have a great rest of your Friday night. And if we don't see you this weekend, then we will definitely see you on Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to find a cup that everybody says they wanted to do. I know that my acrylic skins are done and ready to be applied to a tumbler. They're dried completely. I may pour another one just for funsies of different colors, but I will be following the same method as you guys saw. So yeah, have a great night, and until next time, bye!